Welcome to Invest. We'll talk about investing, finance, and professional development. So current time on Friday at 8:55 a.m. on Eastern Time. Ethereum country $3,186, about 2.36% so far. Respect over crypto markets, see clearly we are bright green all over again. Seems like we've been having consecutive, I'll say about 8 days of consecutive buying pressure so far. And respect to Ethereum, we broke above the consolidated level. So congratulations with respect to the $3,050 and the $3,158. So we're up $30 above that next logical level. So what will be the next level we need to get up to, right? We need to basically go up to the 3333 as the next level of support. But we know that the market does not just go up in one shot, right? And when it go up in one shot in this type of fashion, it's typically a rocket that's has this unfortunate foreshadow in near term. It needs to kind of have to cool back down, to refuel. Maybe ask for the central control center to ask for more gas before it pumps up again, if you know my analogy. So the next logical level that we need to get down to, knowing the fact that we are very overbought at the moment, and in such a short amount of time, the MACD has not crossed down at all so far. Where we need to go, as a logical step, is that we are forming clearly a cup and handle. You can see that we have a cup, right? And where we need to go right now, we tried to form a little handle yesterday, but was that enough, right? Knowing the fact that we can continue to search, but what are the odds that we can keep going up and incentivize investors to keep buying the pump that we have in front of us? It's possible, but if we can go up this fast, we can sell off just as fast, right? So something to be really careful about, that you're gonna come back down eventually, so someday. And the longer you kind of drag out, the longer you pump, the risk is increasing on a day-to-day basis. So based on your gut feel, do we see a surge coming to all the way to the 3,350, all the way 3,475, which is the next level of truly consolidated level for us to retest the level that we've had prior? Back in I would say this was a while ago, around like January of basically this year. So recuperate back onto the next momentum, right? We're basically, what we see in front of us right now, we are in a reversal because the downtrend that we have been having so far has been broken up. So the reversal seems like it's confirmed, but the reversal needs to progress in a how would you say, in a progressive manner. It doesn't go up in one shot, because if it goes up in one shot, then something is off, right? So we are forming a first ladder. So what we need to do is to form a second ladder, and I think coming back down to ideally somewhere around like anywhere from the 3,050, which is just $100 below, or 2,853. But I wouldn't be surprised if we come back down to actually 2,750. Those are the frames that I'll be buying at. And I think we have actually a real shot of doing so because we're relatively overbought, and the market needs to cool down based on this level of severity that we have been pumping, right? So something to think about, but the real super consolidated level will be somewhere around like the 2,625, based on the current setup, right? It's kind of okay at 2,853, 2,621. 350 is not a real level, so I know it doesn't seem like it, but technical doesn't typically lie. And if you look at the RSI, you realize that every single time we reach around these levels, you're in for a sell-off imminently, right? So are we going to see something similar to what we saw back in February, right? If you look back, every single time we surge up the way it did, you kind of crash really harshly. So that's something you want to think about in terms of like buying now. I would just hold, to be honest with you. I would not like try to incur a new position. I would not be dollar cost averaging at the moment, but I would just watch the rocket go up. When it goes off, and you see something that is kind of off, just know that you don't want to test your luck too much, right? So that's something just more of a I guess my risk, aversion, advice to you, right? And respect to Bitcoin, Bitcoin is a little bit more thoughtful, I would say, in terms of the chart. We are forming a cup. You can see that, right? Basically meeting at the 44. Yeah, exactly at 44. We're a little bit above it right now, 44,500, right? We're at the 63 out of 70. So what we need to do is basically, do we have a real shot of actually going up to the 48 as a next level? That's a quite a big leap, right? $4,000. So I think what will logically happen based on historical RSI is that you go up, which is like, we're pretty much almost there. We're there already. We might surge up halfway, right? And then quickly give up. And you can see that every single time we do that, across the spectrum, we kind of give up relatively shortly, right? And you don't want to stretch the MACD too long either, right? We are already pretty much at apex. And the longer the days delay, based on the basically a week of surging so far, the faster the balloon will pop, right? So something to think about, be cautious about, especially when everybody's being super optimistic out of nowhere. I mean, it makes sense, right? It's the triple whammy effect, right? Coming out from the war, which the war is still happening, coming out from the COVID, which is still happening, FOMC meeting, which was, we still is happening. So these are not, completely confirmatory in terms of fully positive outlook in terms of market sentiment, right? So this is a overreaction that is still kind of adjusting on top of media affectation, right? So something to think about before you, load all your money into it. And that's just my conservatism, again, speaking. Respect to Dogecoin, flat right now. I like anywhere, again, from 1150 to all the way to 1066 with a 64 out of 70. Cardano, it's the next level we need to get up to is the 120, right? We're at the 113 right now. And the reason we're at 113 is because there's some consolidation level here, but it's not really. I would say 110 is really the consolidated level because it's a flat number. But do we want to stretch it? We're at the 73 out of 70, so even further up than overbought. You can see that the Bollinger Band is completely destroyed right now. Makes sense because this is an outlier onto the momentum. So I would not really touch this. This is pretty insane. Anywhere from basically 85 to 75 from here is where I would be buying at. Solana is 65 out of 70 right now with the 104. The next level we need to get up to is 110 because it's a flat number, but the real level is 112 based on the historicals. So we are relatively overbought still. So makes sense because we are overreacting positively from the overreactions of the negative. So remember, emotional roller coaster that we're still in. XRP is up about 1%. We're in the mid level right now, 85 because it's a flat number again, right? But real level is 88, which is the next level, right? At the moment right now, I would not really touch this until we go back to 69 to 57. Again, 62 to 57 is where I would be touching if I'm buying XRP. Polkadot is up about 3%. We're at the 64 right now. We're about to sell off back down because we are curving down. We are showing some sign of curvature on the MACD front. So 1650 all the way to 1406. Algorand's up about 4% so far. 90 right now. I would not touch this until we come back down to 75 to 67 again. This is 65 out of 70. So across the whole market is very overbought. Shiba Inu is kind of gliding, not as prominent as expected, which is interesting. Typically coins that are demanding a lower price level would be surging more prominently during a reversal, especially in a bear market. So this seems like people are not as hyped around Shiba Inu in recent time frame. So 2100, 1400 to 900 is where I would be buying at for Shiba Inu. Polygon's up about 1.7%, 143 to 120. AVAX down about 1%, 59 to 50 is where I would be buying at. And then lastly, with respect to Luna is a 74 right now with the 60 out of 70. We might see a surge again because of the cross section that we've formed. We have a death cross recently. That's why we sold off this red candle and just been gliding on a sideways fashion. So what we need to do is ideally surge back up again to maybe 110 and then cross back down as we form a death cross all over again. So something to think about. So with respect to the overall market, it seems very, very positive. But I think some of my comment sections and my friends on YouTube and Patreon are already seeing this a little bit too fast, too quick, right? And you're right, you're using your spidey sense. But yeah, just trust into the fundamentals, trust into the process. I know sometimes it doesn't look that obvious, right? If it's so obvious, everybody would have been billionaires or millionaires already, right? And so watch out, be careful. But it's definitely good to see some buying pressure. People, learn to strategically take profits, so you're not just like holding, for the sake of holding, but you know how to tactically take the right decisions, right? All right, so appreciate you. Have a good day and take care.